Do you find yourself putting things off, caught in the cycle of procrastination, no matter how hard you try to break free? What if the secret to overcoming procrastination and building unshakable self-discipline lay in ancient wisdom, like that of the monks? In this video, we'll explore how Buddha's teachings on mindfulness, self-control, and mental clarity can help you conquer procrastination, develop a disciplined mindset, and achieve your goals with focused determination. It's time to stop waiting and start doing. The power of mindfulness in action. Procrastination often thrives in a mind that is distracted, overwhelmed, or scattered. Buddha's teachings on mindfulness provide a transformative solution. Mindfulness, at its core, is the practice of being fully present and engaged with whatever we are doing, without judgment or distraction. When we apply mindfulness to our actions, we stop letting our minds wander and instead bring all our focus to the task at hand. Buddha taught that the mind is a powerful force. What we think, we become. When we are constantly distracted, whether by external stimuli or our own inner thoughts, we create a state of mental chaos that leads to procrastination. But when we cultivate mindfulness, we take back control. Mindfulness brings us into the present moment, helping us eliminate the mental clutter that so often prevents us from starting or completing tasks. It allows us to break down complex tasks into manageable actions and helps us approach our responsibilities with clarity and focus. When we practice mindfulness, we move beyond the tendency to procrastinate because we are no longer overwhelmed by the big picture of a task. Instead, we focus on one step at a time, which reduces the fear and anxiety often associated with starting something new. Each small, mindful action builds momentum, making it easier to keep going. As Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Mindfulness transforms how we perceive our tasks, allowing us to approach them with calmness, patience, and determination. By making mindfulness a part of our daily routine, we can increase our productivity and develop a deeper sense of fulfillment, knowing that we are fully present in every action. Embrace the present moment. Procrastination often arises when we allow our minds to wander into the past or the future, overwhelmed by regrets or anxieties. Buddha's teachings on the present moment offer a powerful antidote to this cycle of avoidance. He said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." The present is all we truly have, and yet so often we get caught up in what might have been or what might come, neglecting the power of now. When we learn to embrace the present moment, we shift our focus away from the distractions and fears that fuel procrastination. Instead of worrying about the future outcome or rehashing past mistakes, we become fully engaged in what is happening right now. This simple shift in focus can eliminate the anxiety and overwhelm that often prevent us from starting tasks. The present moment is all that matters, and when we focus on it, we find clarity and direction. Buddha encouraged his followers to approach life with mindfulness, which means paying full attention to what we are doing right now, without judgment or anticipation. When we do this, we break free from the habit of postponing tasks. We realize that the task itself, done with full attention and awareness, is what matters, not the imagined fears or outcomes. By embracing the present moment, we give ourselves permission to take action without hesitation. The fear of failure or uncertainty diminishes, and we begin to experience peace in the process rather than the stress of striving for perfection. In this way, embracing the present moment helps us move forward, cultivating the self-discipline to act without the burden of mental distractions, cultivating patience and self-compassion. One of the most powerful ways to overcome procrastination and build self-discipline is by cultivating patience and self-compassion. Buddha's teachings remind us that self-discipline is a journey, not an instantaneous result. Patience with ourselves is key to making lasting change and overcoming the fear or frustration that often accompanies procrastination. Buddha said, "With patience, nothing is impossible." When we are patient with ourselves, we understand that growth takes time, and we stop expecting perfection right away. Self-compassion is equally important. Many of us are quick to criticize ourselves when we fall short, feeding into a cycle of shame that increases procrastination. Instead of pushing ourselves harshly, Buddha encourages us to treat ourselves with kindness, acknowledging that we are human, and making mistakes is part of the learning process. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection, Buddha said. This powerful reminder invites us to extend the same compassion to ourselves that we would offer to a friend who is struggling. When we practice self-compassion, we release the pressure to be perfect, which frees us to act with greater ease. We allow ourselves to make progress at our own pace, knowing that small, consistent actions are more important than grand, perfect achievements. Patience and self-compassion create a space where procrastination loses its grip because we are no longer paralyzed by fear of failure or judgment. Instead, we take each step with the understanding that we are doing our best, and that is enough. By cultivating these qualities, we nurture a mindset of growth and resilience where procrastination no longer holds us back, and we can move forward with peace and confidence. Consistency over perfection. One of the main reasons procrastination thrives is because of the fear of not being perfect. We put off tasks, thinking we need to have everything just right before we start, or we fear failure. Buddha's wisdom on imperfection offers a liberating solution to this cycle. The fool who knows he is a fool is that much wiser, Buddha said, highlighting the importance of recognizing our flaws and working with them rather than waiting for a perfect moment or perfect result. Perfectionism, while often disguised as a desire for excellence, can actually paralyze us. When we hold ourselves to unattainably high standards, we end up delaying or avoiding tasks entirely. Buddha taught us that it's not about achieving perfection, but about consistent effort. It's not the grand, flawless actions that matter most, but the steady, small steps we take each day. Buddha said, "What we think, we become," reminding us that our growth comes from consistent practice, not the absence of mistakes. Consistency in Buddha's teachings is the key to lasting transformation. Instead of waiting for the perfect conditions, we are encouraged to act now, even if the conditions aren't ideal. Each small action taken with intention builds momentum and helps us cultivate self-discipline. Progress is found in showing up regularly, in making the effort even when things aren't perfect. When we shift our focus from perfection to consistency, we allow ourselves to grow steadily without the pressure of trying to get everything perfect. The path to overcoming procrastination lies in the simple, repeated actions and the small victories that accumulate over time, leading to greater progress than a pursuit of perfection ever could. Detachment from outcomes. One of the most powerful ways to overcome procrastination and build self-discipline is through detachment from outcomes. Too often, we delay action because we are consumed by the fear of failure or the anxiety of not achieving the results we desire. Buddha's teachings on detachment offer a liberating perspective. He said, "You only lose what you cling to." This profound wisdom encourages us to let go of our attachment to specific results, allowing us to approach tasks with a sense of freedom and ease. When we are overly focused on the outcome of our efforts, we create unnecessary pressure for ourselves. This attachment to results leads to fear of failure, which in turn feeds procrastination. Buddha taught that the path to peace and growth is found not in trying to control every aspect of life, but in embracing the process with mindfulness and presence. When we detach from the need for perfect outcomes, we are free to engage fully in the present moment, without the burden of expectations. Detachment does not mean apathy or disinterest. It means committing to the process without letting the outcome dictate our happiness or sense of worth. By focusing on the effort itself and releasing attachment to success or failure, we create space for greater creativity, flow, and productivity. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that we cannot control every outcome, but we can always control how we show up and what effort we put forth. When we practice detachment from outcomes, we reduce anxiety and free ourselves from the fear of failure. We learn to appreciate the journey and the growth that comes from it, rather than being fixated on the destination. This shift in mindset allows us to take action with clarity and confidence, leading to greater self-discipline and progress. Buddha's wisdom offers powerful tools for overcoming procrastination and building lasting self-discipline. By embracing mindfulness, patience, consistency, and detachment, we can conquer the habits that hold us back and cultivate the inner strength to take action. Remember, self-discipline is a journey, not a destination, and every small step brings you closer to your goals. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Monk Mindset for more insights on how to build a focused, disciplined, and peaceful life.